What's up guys, Django Fett here, hunting down games, comics, TV shows, movies, and more. And with Captain America Civil War only weeks away, I think it's time for me to review a bunch of Civil War stuff in the road for the movie. So what's a better way to start than reviewing the comic book Civil War, written by Mark Millar and illustrated by Steve McNiven. Now the story for Civil War is that a band of superhero nobodies go and raid into a villain home, a home full of villains, and everything is going well up until one villain does one unexpected thing and blows up everything. He has the power to blow everything up, and he blows up this town of hundreds of people. In this time of crisis, a Superhero Registration Act is enacted in which superheroes must unveil their identities and be monitored and watched by the government and serving them as much as possible. Now, Iron Man is a part of that side. He's the leader of that side. And Captain America is totally against it and believes that revealing one's identities would only enact danger against oneself. Now that's pretty much the plot. These two sides collide with one another, and the premise of this is ingenious. Having two hero sides collide with one another, brother versus brother, sister versus sister, collide against one another, against their own ideals. This is just an ingenious plot point. It's something I've never seen before in a comic, in anything ever. You always see heroes against villains, but you never see heroes against heroes. It's just a pretty crazy mix. And you could honestly choose between both sides, and you probably wouldn't even be wrong in choosing so. Now, Mark Millar does a great job at illustrating both points of both sides in this book, and it focuses on the points of Iron Man and Captain America, and it keeps you divided on who you want to side for. But for me, it was easy. I'm a Captain America fan, so I had to choose Cap no matter what. And illustrated by Steve McNiven, he does an incredible job in showing off these incredible battles between both hero sides. It blows me away how this guy just drew this amazing artwork. I don't know how he does it, but it's just amazing to me. And seeing like all these different heroes, all the heroes you know and love from the comics, from the Marvel Universe, collide with one another, and you see pretty much everyone just fight with one another. It's insane. It's so awesome. As instantly the best part is the fight scenes, and the battles are just plain brutal and freaking epic. Now, there were some issues I had with this comic. First off, it feels like you have to read a bunch of other comics, part of the Civil War lineup, to understand everything that is going on. Because it feels like there are major plot points, like major battles that happen beforehand, or events that happen beforehand, and during this whole Civil War lineup, you feel like you just don't understand it, and you have to read a bunch of other books just to understand it, which I'm not a big fan of. And some characters that were shown in the beginning are just completely overlooked and just gone, completely gone from this novel. And you don't really understand what happens to them later on. And the ending just feels really rushed, and it doesn't really show you what will happen next. It just ends. So that's the only issues I have with the book. So Civil War, the comic series, gets a This is a great book, great comic book, and I highly recommend you guys read this before Civil War. The thing is, don't expect the Civil War movie to be just like this, because things will change, and I can't wait to see what happens in this movie, because it's not going to be like the comic, guys. It's just not going to happen. Though there are a lot of elements that are going to appear in this movie, but it's not going to be exactly the same. And you don't have to read a bunch of other books to understand it. There are just minor things that didn't feel like they were explained, and you had to read other stuff to understand it. But for the most part, if you read this, you'll understand everything. Go grab this book from eBay or Amazon or your local bookstore, as it should be available. There are plenty of copies of this that should be available, especially since the Civil War movie is going to be coming out soon. So that's it, guys. I got a bunch of other videos I got planned up for the Captain America Civil War movie. The next video I will do is the Winter Soldier review. I still can't believe I never reviewed that movie. So that will be my next movie review. And then I got a Funko Pop Showdown, and I think you guys have an idea what the Funko Pop Showdown will be. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to please like and comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Django Fett. And I'll see you, my fellow Mandalorian, my Mandalorian brothers and sisters, next time. Oh, yeah!